Hello, people of the world of internet. Welcome to this. The next video on my 1982 Toyota Celica Supra, which I'm doing this little mini build series on, so one of you can win this car. How to enter is in the link below on my website, and in the video description I'll post it as well. That's the only official source to get it from, so watch out for scam robots in the comment section or on weird third-party apps. That's not me. Anyway, where we last left off, I pulled the 4-speed automatic transmission from this thing to swap in this guy, an I as in W58 5-speed manual, the correct transmission for the car. You put your back into it?
Oh, I said instead of sliding it.
Wow, this one's actually really nice. All the hardware is nice and clean. There's no rust on any of it. The mount isn't dry rotted or cracked. After filming the last video, I went and scrubbed by hand the entire top of the transmission tunnel to get all the grease and oil off of this thing. And as you can see, there's nothing on there anymore. It's nice and clean. Off the tilt cup. Oh, this thing's light. The flex plate looks like one of those old movie reels. It doesn't smell like one though. I don't know what that would smell like actually. There's no way that this is a 40-year-old rear main seal with 115,000 miles on it. I know it looks brand new, but it would be wasteful to not replace it while I have the transmission out. That was deceiving. This gasket's super old and brittle. I'm gonna redo the oil pan gasket too while I'm in here, just to make sure this thing's fresh. Go. Got this nice and clean, got a fresh gasket cut out. I made my new gasket using that rubberized paper gasket material. This stuff's a little bit thicker. I like it a lot better than the ones that come with them. Using some of the black Right Stuff gasket maker, this stuff cures really fast, so I got short working time with it. Same thing with back here. I'm gonna do the bottom by the oil pan, even though I'm gonna replace that in a little bit. A little blob in the corner. The torque specs for the 5M GE for the rear main seal and the oil pan down here were kind of hard to find. It's 13 pound-feet for the rear main seal and 5 pound-feet for the oil pan. A little bit of oil on this too. I've already quickly learned that parts for these MA61 Celica Supras are very difficult to come by. This right here is not a Henry Sheen. I don't even know what that is. It's one of these boxes. Luckily there was a guy in North Carolina who was parting out one of these cars, which was a manual. Brackets. Yeah, flywheel. Oh sweet, I didn't even need these I don't think, but I got them. Freshly resurfaced. That's luck. I picked it up exactly in the right position. The guy was even nice enough to include all the hardware too. I got all the every bit of hardware. All the brackets. Nothing like a genuine Toyota flywheel. That's what's up. Torque is 54 pound-feet or 73-ish Newton meters. Hell yeah. Step in the right direction to having a manual. Got a fresh German Luke clutch to go in there. Nice. Fresh new pilot bearing. A little bit of lube inside there. Clean flywheel surface. Okay. I just bumped my head into that. This is disgusting. Well, the bolts aren't exactly long enough to get this thing onto the dowel pins, so I had to use some other hardware just to get it started. The dowel pins are real tight, as they should be. Loctite stinks. You ever notice that? 14 pound-feet. Even though this is a W58 and that is the manual transmission that comes in a Celica Supra, this does not just drop into that car. This needs to go. Is that like cutie? It looks like it says cutie. I could take this outside and pressure wash it, but the transmission casing isn't perfectly sealed, so I don't want to risk getting water in here. be completely spotless because I'm still gonna dry ice blast under the car. That stinks. That is disgusting. That's a 14. I think I don't need that. Inside the transmission, there is this little magnet at the bottom. Pick up any little metal shavings when you miss gears. It looks like a little Lego, kind of. I'm just gonna clean this off before I put it back in there. It actually wasn't too bad considering the age of the transmission. This little guy just sits right here and collects metal shavings. Basically what you wanna see is just tiny little hairs of metal on that, not giant chips of it. If you got giant chips, there's something screwed up in here. That one just had like little hairs. Scrape all the old gasket material off. So this right here is the correct tail shaft piece for a Celica Supra. This is the one I just took off for a Mark III Supra, and this is the one for the Mark II Supra. Notice how much longer that is? With how short the working time is on the sealant, I gotta magician this thing back together once I put that sealant on. This is the part I gotta be quick with. Fast is slow, slow is fast. I don't know if that actually applies for this situation. I think fast is fast. Here goes nothing. Tail section housing is 37 Newton meters, which is 27-ish pound-feet. Gasket material, make a new gasket. This is that thick rubberized stuff, I like it. Oh, that'll work. This brand new clutch fork, that's for robots to eat their clutches with. And that was a really bad joke. I apologize for that. New throw-out bearing. You don't throw these out. Why did they call it a throw-out bearing? Comment below. Welcome to the following day. Got this guy all cleaned up. The one that was attached to the transmission is for the Mark III Supra, so that's why it's different. This should just bolt right on. Oh, this is great. There's supposed to be a cage on here to accept the fork. You can't just throw... Are you kidding me right now? This right here is a factory throw-out bearing from an I as in W40. This is the transmission that was in the 74 Celica. See how it has these little tabs and the sleeve on it right here? That's what it's supposed to look like to accept the fork. What in the hot trash? This is why you don't buy non-OEM parts. And it sucks because Toyota doesn't make this part anymore. I have to get a used one. All right, it's on there like it's supposed to be. And it just pops right off. That is absolute trash. Do you have the invoices from all the parts we ordered for the car still?
I mean, I can look them up, yeah.
Can you verify the part numbers and try to see if any of the local stores have the throw-out bearing and the fork? I need the throw-out bearing that has the actual little release cage mechanism built onto it because they just sent a bearing only.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I kind of kept my mouth shut on this subject with the Ranger restoration and when I did the Beetle, but I've like had it up to here with 90% of the parts I order, replacement parts, be it from part stores or online part distributors. They come in and it's the wrong part despite being listed as the correct part for the car.
The bane of my existence as a mechanic and a heavy equipment mechanic and a business owner was constantly getting the wrong parts or bad parts in the box. I wasted more time and spent more money chasing that around than anything else in my life.
It's not just that either, it's the fact that a lot of these parts that you get are subpar quality compared to factory OEM stuff, like this clutch fork.
Or the rotors on the Ranger that have like 200 miles on them that are super warped, or one of the rear drums that has like 3/4 of a pound of balancing weight welded to it. Like
just terrible
that's
quality.
just horrible quality control. Like,
And
I don't,
like you can only get so many genuine OEM parts because in their older vehicles. Here's for comparison. This is a genuine Toyota clutch fork from a 74 Celica. Notice the way in which it mounts to the ball has this nice little metal tab that's riveted, super durable. The cheap replacement one is a piece of stamped steel with a bent coat hanger. That is sloppy and is going to fail and give you problems. I never mention this stuff in videos because I don't want to put companies on blast, and I'm not doing that still by not saying where I purchased these parts or the name of the brand, but I'm so tired of this issue, and I'm sure a lot of you have run into this too, trying to maintain older vehicles. I refuse to use trash parts on this car, so I'm gonna try to find and order all factory stuff for this. Thing weighs a ton. This looks like I'm unboxing a turkey. A frozen, disgusting turkey. It may look dirty and crusty, but this right here is a factory LSD differential for the Celica Supra. This is hard to find. And check this out, I got lucky. The non-LSD one has the exact same brackets and hardware, so I can just swap it over onto the LSD one, that's all crusty. No. 26 to the rear bolts. Oh, that don't work. 23 to the rear bolts. No, that will work. You just gotta swap it around. Okay. I thought I was gonna have another failure situation on my hands with the cross member from the automatic not working on the manual, but you just gotta flop it the other direction and it works. I always forget about this thing. You know, shit's about to go down when I don mop 4. Weapon of choice for degunking the diff. The Whistle Biscuit 2.0 on a Milwaukee drill. Whew. It's hot out here. This actually isn't as corroded as I thought. It was mostly grease and dirt packed on there and just a little bit of corrosion on the top side. So once all this goo is off, it might not look too bad with a coat of paint. Ugh. Yeah, it's probably close to at least 95 or 100 degrees outside. This right here is why I'm taking so long on the paint job on the Celica. Because if you rush a high-end paint job...
I didn't rush it. Look at me. What are you filming me for? I didn't do this.
You're fixing it though.
Well, yeah, kind of. There's pink Bondo. That's how you know it's done wrong. That's the only thing you need to know. If there's pink Bondo underneath anything, it was fucked up. That's enough said.
You can see all the sand scratches right here under. They didn't put any epoxy, did they?
No, dude.
No epoxy, so it's just.
They probably, like I was thinking, they probably didn't even use DTM primer. They probably just grabbed some urethane or some fucking lacquer primer and just like. Nah.
And it's a shame because this truck is beautiful, other than the paint is falling off it everywhere.
I don't think it had any like corrosion protection because anywhere there was like a rock chip, it started to form rust. So. There's like little spots of rust everywhere.
So if you wanted to know why this thing is not done yet, it's because I'm going the extra mile to do it right, which just requires a ton of labor.
Hello, it's me. My name is a ton of labor.
So the video that you are watching right now, I just finished editing literally probably like 2 hours before this went up. Which means I don't have enough time in the day to finish this job, clearly. And I've already been working on it for 3 days.
Hello.
Angel boba cake.
This is pretty delicious.
I try to get 3 full days of labor done in these YouTube videos for you guys to watch, so it's not a bunch of talking and nonsense. But sometimes I run into snafus like I did in this video. I can say though, luckily, the Celica is basically ready for paint. Angel's finishing up the last of it today.
I'm powered by boba. You should get a sticker, a tattoo, a tramp stamp.
You get a tramp stamp that says powered by boba. And you have 2 little boba balls tattooed. So if you'd like to enter to win the Celica Supra. The link is down below in the video description and on my website. And don't worry, I'll get good parts and make sure this is quality. You guys, I don't even have to tell you that. You already know I am obsessed with not half-assing things. This chicken is... I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!